Hello everyone, welcome to this special episode of Dark Man, back with the channel, the man, the brand. This is where I talk about movies, series, tech, music, and life. That sounds like fun to you. You are welcome to subscribe to the channel. Please do subscribe. Check out my previous videos from earlier, and welcome to the Dark Gang. Now, this is a special episode. I know most people on this channel don't watch wrestling, have outgrown it, and that's okay. But I just wanted to take this video to talk about last night Survivor Series 2020, the end of a historic career. Man, I hate seeing Undertaker go, but it's best, and this is my reaction and thoughts to it. So let's just get right into it. So at the time of recording, it's 8:59 a.m. I only woke up about 10 minutes ago. I stayed up till 4 to watch Survivor Series, and particularly Undertaker's retirement ceremony, which happened last night. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Undertaker was celebrating 30 years in WWE. Exactly 30 years to the day, too, because he started his run on November 22nd, 1990, officially, because he had a pre-tape match before that, but he was wrapping up 30 years, hell of a career, over 11 different Undertaker gimmicks we had seen over the years. Now, most people that know me in real life know I have a passion for professional wrestling, but most people don't understand where it comes from. I will get to that story in a bit, but I would like to talk about last night first of all. So, these legends were brought up for Undertaker's final farewell, as WWE had promoted it all month. You had Ric Flair, you had Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kane, Shane McMahon, the Goodwin brothers, the Godfather, who is probably Undertaker's best friend, Rikishi, all these guys, Savio Vega, and then they disappear for some reason. And after a video package, and we get Vince McMahon. Now, for the casual wrestling fan who watched and probably didn't understand why Mr. McMahon was in the ring last night, Taker and Mr. McMahon have such a close relationship. It is, man, that's a real brotherhood those two have. Although it's boss and employee, but it's like father and son, brother and brother. Those two have been through the pits with each other, and it was very nice to see him do that for him last night, introducing him. Now, Taker comes out, his standard black hat, black coat. I didn't think he would. I thought he would come out as the iteration we saw at WrestleMania 36 on the bike, but I guess we didn't get that, and that's okay. This is very true to his character still. He comes out, walks in the pyro bursts all over the Thunderdome, and they set up these two things that were like conduct conductors for electricity for lightning, which is good because we've always been used to seeing the special effects lightning. Yes, those were special effects. In case you ever thought those were real, with pyro bursts, and that was special. That was really special. They even had a Paul Bearer hologram towards the end of the show. That sent me. That really sent me. If you watch my Snapchat feed, and I'll leave my Snapchat in the description below. I don't want to call it because it's something I'm a little embarrassed about. But they have this hologram show up, and I'm like, oh my god. Of course, Paul Bearer died back in 2013. Rest in peace, Percy. Man. But it was so cool what they did for Taker. I personally thought it would look like Ric Flair's retirement ceremony where, the whole roster comes down and claps and says thank you like a surprise. But obviously, I guess due to COVID and just to preserve the nature of Undertaker's character, it was only fitting that he did this alone. One of the things that didn't surprise me was how hard it was for him to even speak. Even in character, he's never half-assed anything, but for the first time he was so stiff and trying to collect himself clearly. And when he started to speak, you could hear, for the first time you could hear, he had a pit in his stomach, you know. This man has done it all, has seen it all. He's been through the lean times, he's been through the good times. He's here, and I am of the opinion that if it wasn't for COVID, we would have a much better retirement ceremony. But the WWE did the best they could. This is something that should have happened in front of the fans. Personally, I'm getting flashbacks of WrestleMania 33, where he laid the hat and coat in the middle of the ring, and that was so tearful. I cried. I cried like a baby. If anyone saw me that day, they would have thought I was crazy. I mean, what's a guy doing at 4 a.m. in front of the steady room in Block B in Pent, crying his eyes out because uh, someone who does fake stuff is retiring? Like, I know there's that preconceived notion wrestling is fake, is this, is that. Wrestling is storytelling, but most people don't understand that wrestling is athletic storytelling. It's like watching a movie, with gladiators in modern day and things like that. I mean, no one's watching movies. You're watching movies because it's fake, right? I thought the Druids would show up, but they didn't, and that's okay. This was so tough for Mr. McMahon. He wanted to cry, but Vince, I'm sure they had that moment backstage, and we might get Doc on that very soon. Now, I know he might never see this, but, in case he ever does, Taker, thank you so much. I was 9 years old. This was back in November 2006. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm watching TV. I'm just flipping through channels, and I stumble on Metro TV. If you remember, Metro TV used to air Heat at 2 p.m. every Saturday, sometimes Raw in the middle of the week. And guess who the first person I see is? Taker. And I remember this so vividly. It was the match with Yokozuna from Survivor Series 94, the casket match. And I'm seeing that part where he has his hand raised in the air and Paul Bearer has the end in his hand. And that really, that enthralled me. But yeah, ever since that time, I've loved watching. I was able to do the eye roll fairly easier than most people. I got the nickname of Undertaker from my friends. All the people I knew in school who watched wrestling couldn't do the eye roll, and then here I come and I might need to take my glasses off for this, and I'm just there, and the eye roll just comes up, and the voice, I kind of picked that quick, rest in peace, and that came very quickly to me, and I got the nickname of Undertaker from my friends, rightly so, but I can't say anything actually. It's followed me ever since, whatever school I went to, whatever setting I was in, I always got the nickname. I guess it's only recently that that's kind of died down. One of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, because doing that for 30 years, I mean, there's only few people in that upper echelon. There's Ric Flair, there's Terry Funk. Um, those guys have done it 30 and stayed atop their game. Taker has done this with one company, stayed loyal in a time where he could have jumped ship. Now, one of the first times that, thinking about Taker helped me was when my dad first died, about 9 years ago, 14 years old. And it helped me deal with it because I tried to be as stoic as he would be. Um, I remember seeing, and I hate saying this, but I remember seeing my dad's body and, you know, not being afraid to touch him and whisper in his ear that I'm going to be okay. You get your rest. I'll meet you soon, not being afraid of cemeteries to go and see him. And yeah, I can't even begin to describe what Undertaker means to me. So a few months ago, if you follow me on Twitter, you'd see I made this. This is a yeah. See the nameplate. This is the Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship. You know, from way back. Now, this was arguably one of my favorite things to do when I was growing up. I used to use paper. This is cardboard and glitter glue and crayons and suede spray. But yeah, recently I got bored one day. I decided, hey, you just make that you've always wanted. I needed stuff to decorate my room. But the biggest thing Taker has taught me was staying loyal, staying true to a cause, and fighting for what you believe in, as long as it's on the right side. And he may never see this, and that's okay. But if in case he does, Mr. Calloway, thank you so much for 30 years of uh, busting your body for us night in, night out. You gave an African, a Ghanaian child hope when, there wasn't very much to be happy about in his life. And I appreciate you 100%. I hope you enjoy retirement. This is me saying farewell, Taker. Thank you for all the memories, all the times. And I can't wait to see what you do with this next chapter of your life. Anyway, that's going to be it for this special episode of Darkman Kpakpo. Thank you so much for watching, especially those of you that don't watch wrestling. I will be posting a video tomorrow. Definitely check that out. Please do like the video, post your comments down below, subscribe to Darkman Kpakpo. You can follow me on my socials at jandyado on Twitter and Instagram. I will catch you all in the next time. And wow, now I'm contemplating this. So, in true Undertaker fashion, I think I should go out like, rest in peace.